Good morning, students. Am I audible to you? Hello? Am I audible to you? Okay, thank you. Of course, we are in the last unit of the subject. And of course, mostly today I'll complete the unit 5. So, how many members are present? 90 members are present. Total strength is around 170 or 180, right? Some of you are attending the internship program, so could not attend. Shall I wait or start? Okay, in the meanwhile, I will share the today's class presentation. So as of now, I am muting you all. If there is any connection lost, or if I am not audible, or if my screen is not visible from your end, please remind me through a message so that I will recheck my internet connection. And I'll try to provide a seamless connectivity. Even if you have any doubt, then also you can ask me by raising your hand so that I'll unmute you, or you can type through the chat box. Is that okay with you? Hello? Is that okay? Right. Now let me share the today's presentation of Unit 5. So here we start the things. So we have been studying about the applications of the GPS in various fields. Of course, we have seen the applications of GPS in surveying, GPS in mapping, GPS in GIS, and now the navigation applications of GPS. That is especially the civil navigation application. Of course, the navigation application of GPS we have seen in a context of military, and also we have seen the space applications, and also we have seen the space applications. Now, exclusively the civil navigation applications under this heading, the navigation or transportation facilities. Of course, the transportation is possible on land, in the water, and also in the air. Three means of communication we are enjoying nowadays. And in the three means of transportation facilities, my internet connection is unstable. Sorry for the interruption. Let me check my internet. I think this may not be sufficient for the class. I will give a strong internet connection. Am I audible and are you visible? Are you able to view the screen, my screen? Please respond, guys, someone. Is the screen visible now? Is the screen visible now? even now it is not visible. Okay, I will reshare it. Am I visible to you? Am I visible to you? Okay, I am visible, and now I will share my screen. Now, is the screen visible to you? The presentation which I shared? So I repeat once again. So we are talking about the air navigation. So air navigation is exclusively the civil transportation facility, not military or space applications. So there are two associations. One is the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. Of course, about 77% of the general aviation population is present in Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association only, and remaining is the entire world, rest of the world. That is 2,24,000 customers in AOPA, and rest of the world is only 67,000. And another one is the air carrier industry. One is the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association, and another one is the air carrier industry. So they have only 5,000 aircrafts. Of course, they will use the VOR and NDB. So VOR is with directional information, and NDB is without any directional information, the air navigation purposes. And of course, most of them are using the LORAN-C capabilities, LORAN-C features for the civil navigation purposes. Even though LORAN-C is not used in the military and space applications, this is majorly used in the case of this civil navigation purposes, civil air navigation purposes. So this is one typical GPS navigator which is used by the pilot, right? Of course, land navigation we have already studied in previous class. And next one is the GPS orbital parameters, orbit radius. So orbit radius is around 2000 kilometers from the ground, and orbit speed is 14,000 kilometers per hour. Of course, it will take half of the sidereal day for one rotation. And of course, all the GPS satellites are non-geostationary. They are non-geostationary or non-geosynchronous. And we have defined eccentricity. It shows the amount of orbit deviation from the circular. Actually, circular orbit is there, but the constellation, the satellites from a constellation will revolve around the Earth in a non-circular orbits, elliptical orbits. So there will be two foci. So what eccentricity is? It is the distance between the foci divided by the length of the semi-major axis. Semi-major axis is the longest distance of the satellite from the focus. Longest distance. Shortest distance is called perigee. Longest distance is called apogee. And orbital inclination is with respect to the equator at what angle a space vehicle is or a satellite is. That is around 55 degrees for the GPS. Next one is angular velocity. So what is angular velocity? It is a rate of change of angular position with respect to the time. Because the satellites are not stable, they will always rotate around the Earth. So that's why the position, angular position of them will always change. At what rate it changes is called as the angular velocity, and this is measured with a cross radial speed. Of course, this is positive for the counterclockwise direction and it is negative for the clockwise direction. And inclination is, of course, just now we studied 55 degrees for GPS, 56 degrees for the Galileo, and 64.8 degrees for the GLONASS, and 55 degrees for the BeiDou. This is another constellation. We have studied till now GPS, GLONASS, and Galileo. Of course, BODU also another type of constellation. And the period is how much time it takes for one rotation. That is half of the sidereal day, that is exactly around 11 hours 58 minutes. Next, we have been talking about the RINEX. So RINEX is a format. It is a receiver independent exchange format. So what it consists of, what it measures, is a format that allows the management and disposal of the measures that are generated by a receiver, as well as their offline processing by a multitude of applications. So whoever who uses the GPS data in the future, they are enabled by this RINEX file. And what type of file it is? It is a ASCII based file. Anyone can open this RINEX file with any kind of the text editor. And what it contains? The RINEX file format contain the satellite navigation system data related to the specified interval of time, that may be a day or a week. This will allow the users to add the corrections to their data in post-processing. Why? To improve the accuracy. If they feel it is inaccurate, they can improve some data. They can add the corrections to the data after when their post-processing is. And the file extension format is SSSS DDDH. And the RINEX enables the storage of the measurements of pseudo range, carrier phase, Doppler, and SNR from GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, and BODU, and along with the data from IGNOS and vast satellite-based augmentation systems like SVAS or QZSS. Simultaneously, in parallel, they can be edited. And what it defines is different types of files. One is observation file, navigation file, and meteorological file. So the RINEX file consists of observation file, navigation file, and meteorological data file. And it is divided into two parts. One is the header section and another is the main body. The header section consists of station or receiver or antenna related information, and main body consists of the actual information, whatever it is, clock ephemeris data or clock information, whatever it is. And this feature will allow the recording of the GPS data, such as distance to the satellites, line of sight speed between the receiver and satellite, and how much signal strength is present. So this can be recorded on time for usage in the post process. And this can be opened by any editor like Studio Views RINEX editor. Like a Studio Views RINEX editor. Of course, with this, the unit 5 gets completes. Orbital parameters. We have revised it. Any doubts till now? Any doubts, guys? And some of you are asking the recorded video lectures. I have created one YouTube channel. Mostly I will upload all my videos from unit 1 to unit 5 in my YouTube channel. If anybody is absent or if anybody wants to revise, you can go through those videos. And of course, these things we have already studied. Observation data, navigation message data parameters. We have spent enough time in unit 2. GPS position determination and least squares method is another technique. These all we have already covered in unit 2. That's why I'm not taking them now. Okay. If one more week comes to us, then I will revise some of the important topics. Do you want any specific unit to be revised again? So that I will start off with that. Please respond, guys. Do you want any specific unit to be revised? Or from unit 1, shall I begin? And today I will give you the questions for assignment test from Unit 3 and Unit 4 separately. Consider them as two assignments. Am I audible, guys? Any doubts till now? Hello? If you don't have doubts means I will stop the lecture here. And which unit to be revised? I want the answer. At least the chat box. Okay, one person said Unit 2. Remaining? Okay, we will start the revision in the next week. Mostly, I'll try to revise the entire syllabus, starting with Unit 2. Thank you for today. Please submit the assignment on time after I give the questions to you. And thank you for today.